Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shreya. I make hearing and book videos, which is really kind of a random combination, but it works, so we're just gonna go with it. I recently graduated college with a 3.9 out of 4.0 GPA. My degree was in broadcast journalism with a minor in theater, and I was actually a junior marshal, which is the top 30 students in your entire class. I graduated summa cum laude. I was on the dean's list every single semester that I was there, and I just kind of wanted to do a recap summary video of kind of how I was able to be so successful in a world that's kind of not meant for me to be successful. I haven't made a hearing video in a long time. Honestly, I was so busy. Like, I barely had time for anything when I was at school because I was a part of so much. I was the senior class president. I gave my graduation speech. I was involved with the broadcasting club. I produced my own shows. I had a producing internship at a news station. I did literally so much that I never had time for this, but now I have a lot of free time now that I am graduated. I'm doing a master's, and I just kind of want to share some of my wisdom, because in a world that is not designed and meant for certain people to succeed, like hard of hearing people, other disabled people, a lot of people just kind of take that and they don't try to succeed, or they kind of give up before they start. But that's not what we're doing here. I believe that everybody can succeed, and not even succeed, do really well and excel no matter where they are in life. And I have a lot of tips and tricks. I've dealt with hearing loss all my life. It's made me even more determined to succeed and show people that I can do it, and not only do it, but do it very well. So I have broken this video up into 3 parts. We have academics, extracurriculars, and social. I believe that kind of all of college can be encompassed into those 3 points. Yes, there's so many subcategories and more places where I could go into depth, which I definitely will in the future. If you have anything specific that you want me to do, please leave that down below. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. So first off, we have academics. I want to say that my high school did a really good job preparing me. My high school was hard. People wanted to get the best ACT, SAT scores, and it kind of scared me really badly. And I struggled a lot in the beginning stages of high school, and I think that learning how to stand up for myself in high school was a really good way for me to prepare for college, because college is way harder. You're definitely on your own a lot more than you were in high school. In high school, I had an IEP plan, which really helped. You don't have any of that in college. So if you are in high school right now and you have a little bit of time left, I know we're going into the summer, definitely practice speaking up for yourself, because those skills will come in handy a lot in college. So the first thing you're going to want to do, and I did this several times before I even entered college, but if you haven't, you're going to want to reach out to them by email, call them in the summer, definitely before you get there. And if you're already there and you are struggling, you have to do this right away, and that is to contact the disabilities office at your school. They called it the ORS office. At my college, it's the Office of Accessibility and Resources. That's kind of where all of your accommodations is going to go through. When I was looking at colleges, this was a very important thing in my decision making as to where I was going to go to school. There was actually a school that I loved and I really wanted to go to, but their ORS office was horrible, and they told me they didn't care about disabled people, so I didn't end up going there. The point is, this can really make or break, and I hate to say it, but it is so true. Like, you want to go somewhere that has a really good disabilities office, because if you're going to a place that isn't designed and they don't have the resources to help you, then that's really not worth your time. This office is your point of contact in everything. So for me, I reached out to my ORS office, and over the course of my college career, the director changed a couple of times. Every single time that happened, I reached out right away, kind of introduced myself, and made sure that I have everything I needed. You're going to want to kind of talk about what you need. So for me, I needed to sit at the front of the class. I needed access to PowerPoint presentations. I needed a transcriber, which a lot of different places have different sorts of transcription. For me, I Skyped a transcriber, and it was called Typewell, and they would type, kind of like a Google Docs sort of thing, and I would see in real time what was happening, kind of like Cart. But that was really great, and a lot of times I didn't use my transcriber, but it was really helpful for like the one-off chances where like I really had no idea what was going on. So you're going to want to work with your ORS office. For us, we had to reach out every single semester, every single time our classes changed, to reach out and reapply for our accessibility resources. And I would say the number one reason why I was so successful in college, and the number one reason why I did so well, is because of the ORS office. They really made sure that I had all the tools I needed to succeed. When I took summer classes, they would look at the videos that my professors were showing us, and the office would actually caption all of the videos. So closed caption was a huge one for me, literally so much. Definitely go to the ORS office. If you are at a place that does not have a good ORS office, definitely contact someone. Like maybe start with your parents, your old high school counselors. Like contact someone that you know is helpful and that really cares about you to help you with this process, because if you go somewhere that doesn't have a good ORS office, it's just not good. So definitely do that. It's so important. I know sometimes I felt like embarrassed or like ashamed to reach out. Don't do that. Just take the plunge and do it. Even if you feel like anxious about reaching out to the ORS office, just do it. And also it was really great for me because I also got to register early for my classes through the office. So you never know what cool things you could get to do because of your disabilities office. I had a special fire alarm installed in my dorm that was like flashlight instead of just beep. That was great. So that office really goes through everything. Okay, next is know your professors. You might have everything you need through your disabilities office, but it really helps your professors to kind of know more about you and put a face to a name, especially as you go to a bigger school where you're taking huge classes. It is so important, because if professors know you, and this is not just like if you have a disability, if professors know like any of their students, they're more likely to be nicer to the students, like grade them better. It's weird and it sucks, but it's true. So definitely stay after class, your first class, and introduce yourself to your professor. Make an effort to go to their office hours and ask questions if you don't know what's going on. If you're struggling, like let them know, because that's what they're there for. Sit in the front row. You should be doing that already if you need accommodations, but definitely make an effort to get to know your professors. And it can be scary, especially if a lot of your classmates aren't doing that or making that effort. It can be really scary, but you have to. Like, you have to get to know your professors. It is so necessary and important, and especially this can be helpful if you want to go to grad school or even job references and stuff like that. Super important. And I think my professors are some of the coolest people I have ever met. Like, I still talk to them and I'm still going to keep in contact with them. So definitely get to know your professors. Next up, make friends in your major and your minor. It is super important because you are going to be with these people in almost every single class. It was really important for me to make friends, because if I skipped a class or wasn't there, then they were the ones that would tell me what I missed, because I wouldn't have my transcriber for that. They helped me catch a lot of things that I missed in class because they knew I was deaf. They helped me a lot. It is really nice, especially my senior year, like when I got to know people for a long time. It was so nice to know that I had a group of people that just had my back and they kind of knew what to look out for because they had been in classes with me before, as far as filling in the blanks and just letting me know what I missed and knowing to look at me directly in the eyes and talk to me and stuff like that. It's just so helpful to have friends in your major and minor. Also, it's just helpful in general because they understand the ins and outs of the industry and the business, and journalism is a hard industry right now. So it's just really nice in general to make friends, but they can be so helpful and some of the best people you met and just help you overall academically. It's really nice to know that there are multiple people looking out for you and not just the adults. Next, ask for help. I kind of touched on this a little bit, but if you are having trouble, go to your professor's office hours, ask for help. If that professor isn't making it click, go ask another professor for help. Ask your friends, like just ask people for help. There's no shame in it. I did it several times. I had people ask me for help. Also, if somebody asks you for help and you know how to help them, do it. Don't be all competitive defensive and weird about it. I hate it when people do that, but just pay it forward. We're all trying to learn. Sometimes a friend explaining it to you can make it click better than a professor. The last thing I have for the academic category is just accepting that you have to work harder. It is something that I always hated to accept, and I still hate to accept it, but you're just going to have to work harder to do just as well as everybody else, or in my case, to excel and do better than everybody else. You just have to work so much harder. So if you are willing to put in that work, it's gonna be great and it's gonna have a great payoff for you, but you just have to accept it. And I think knowing that will make everything go a lot smoothly in the long run. Okay, next is extracurriculars. I think this is a huge part of what makes college so fun and exciting, and it's just like an extra add-on that I think that you should get involved in. My first tip is to join anything and everything. I think my freshman year I did jazz band, I joined a sorority, I did entrepreneurship club, the elevator pitch competition, I wrote for a magazine, I did the broadcast club, I did theater. I did everything my freshman year, and then I slowly kind of tapered it down and tried new things. I had a couple of campus jobs. I was a resident assistant. I so recommend joining anything and everything that looks exciting and fun, because you meet so many people, so many different people from so many different areas of campus. You meet lifelong friends. You build skills that are just so important. So it's just fun. Also, it's just so much fun to join all these different things. So please join extracurriculars, and it throws you into so many social situations where you're going to have to navigate and learn how to deal with your disability. It's just so great all around. Join anything and everything. By the time I was a senior, I had my sorority, which I was on exec of, and then I was the senior class president, which took up all of my time, and I was the director of talent for our broadcast club, and those were like the kind of main ones. But I did everything. Like, being a resident assistant really made me hone in on some skills that I was kind of lacking. And when you throw yourself in situations where you need to be social and you need to kind of take charge, and being the senior class president was a huge one, it really makes you grow exponentially and build your confidence in so much stuff. So that's a main reason why I was so successful in college, and it's so scary, but it is so worthwhile. Also, it's a great way to discover how to do things. Like, when I was in my broadcast club, there's just so much sound all over the place, and it's a really fast-paced environment, and it's kind of like the work environment, and it just teaches you how to adapt so well. Also, if you can get internships, do that, because I think navigating your hearing loss in a work setting is way different than a school setting. So I can make a whole video on that, but definitely like, get internships and get involved. So important. Okay, and the last one is social. I think when people think of college, they think of all the social things, and it's a big part of college. It really is. I've made so many videos on this, so definitely check those out. Not a lot have changed, honestly, but my main thing is put yourself out there. Is so hard. Like, I don't know if any of you have this, but I am a huge extrovert, but I feel sometimes because of my hearing loss I have to be an introvert, because I'm just like scared of missing out on things or not understanding what people are saying. Just accept that you're gonna go out and you're not going to understand what everybody says. Some people just don't talk very clearly and other people do, but you're just not gonna get everything, and that is okay. Accept that. Once you do, it's so much easier. I still have really awkward situations. Like, I think I was just at the bar the other day and have one of those awkward hearing situations, but I just laugh at it now because it's just part of life, and it's okay. Like, it's totally okay. So embrace the awkwardness, put yourself out there. If you're in a situation where you want to go to a party but the only thing holding you back is your hearing loss, go. Just go. If you don't like it, you can leave. Go, put yourself out there, step outside of your comfort zone. And also a big one with social situations and parties and bars and stuff like this is to put yourself in good situations. Now, I've made several videos about good versus bad situations. Obviously be safe in everything, but what I mean by this is go to a separate room, a quieter room, maybe go outside when you talk to people. Know that you have to look people in the face. I mean, even even last month, like my last college party, someone was trying to whisper something to me and I looked directly at their face and they were really confused for a second, and then they kind of understood why. That's what I mean by put yourself in good situations. Like, just know what works for you and what doesn't, and just adapt to that. But as far as social, I know so many people that just don't put themselves in social situations because they're scared to do so because of the awkwardness. You can only get good things out of it. So definitely, if you're scared, still go. And also let a friend know, let somebody know, like, kind of how you're like. I guess my freshman year, I told my roommate and she was really good about it. Just find people that will do the extra, or take the extra step to make you feel involved. I have a great friend that I used to go out with year who would really make the extra step. I just noticed that she would always like translate for me or make sure that I felt included, and I appreciated that. I still appreciate it so much. I think I'm gonna text her out of the blue and just tell her that I appreciated it. You'll find great people, so just keep putting yourself out there. And also, the last thing I have is be okay with FOMO. I kind of touched on this, but you're gonna not know what people are saying, and it's fine. They're not saying anything important, and if they have something important to tell you, they will make sure that you hear it. I promise you that. Alright, and my last tip is to just try your best in college. College is so hard, but so transformative and amazing. It's the first time you're really truly alone. You just get to learn so much and discover who you are, and it's okay to make mistakes and to try again. You just have to keep going and try your best. Also, you don't have to be the top of your class. You don't have to have or make perfect grades. You're going to be okay. Even if your grades aren't what you want them to be, you can still get your dream job and just have an amazing life. Like, you will be successful no matter what. All you have to do is keep trying and keep pushing forward. Alright, I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I'm so excited for you all to be starting college or going through college, whatever stage of your life that you're in. If you're watching this, if you made it this far, thank you so much. I love you. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.